So I realized that nobody in my life has seen my cool welding stuff, so I wanted to make a video kind of showing it off a little bit because I think it's pretty badass. So the first thing that I have that's pretty cool is it's called the Craftsman Versa Stack, and this is three parts of what it could be. Basically, it's like three different parts that you can stack, and it's like it comes apart and it's really easy and light and durable, and it has wheels and it's got a little like handle thing. So it's like, this is the way to do it, This is very useful. It's perfect. Anyways, so that's basically what I take with me to weld every day. And inside we got some tools. Now, these are my gloves. Check it out, Tulsa Welding School. And besides that, we have my welding cap. And I guess like the main important things that I really use most frequently out of here would be my pick, which I use to scrape off the like protective coating off of the welds that I do. If you know anything about welding, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'll tell you about it if you really want to know. Anyways, this brush is also used to scrape off any residual parts of the coating. And cool. Next is the drawer system, which honestly I haven't really found much of a use for it yet, except to hold my soapstone in. This is basically like, it's like an actual rock, like it's hard and it's brittle, it's not like chalk, but you can use it to draw kind of like you can with chalk, and it's helpful to make a line if you're having difficulty like knowing where you're going. This can kind of like give you a way out of that. Okay, now, see, this is why this is so cool. Check this out. No problem. All right. Next, we have the bottom part, which is where I have most of my stuff. Now, this is my welding helmet. Very cool. If you look through there, it's actually not hard to see through this at all. And what happens is whenever there's a spark from the arc and the ultraviolet rays are coming off of the arc, this thing will automatically dim and become so dark that basically it's impossible to see anything except for the arc. This is just a shield to protect me while I'm grinding down like the metal that I'm working on. Speaking of grinding down the metal that I'm working on, this is my grinder. And this is really cool. This right here is my stinger. Now, I know what you're thinking, and yes, this is exactly like that. Basically what happens is you take the welding machine, which is basically like a generator, so pretend this is the welding machine, and then you take the negative end and you put it into the generator, and then you connect the negative end to, like a piece of metal that you're welding, and then you take the positive end, and you plug that into the positive part of it, and then you take this end, and then you put a metal rod in between this, and then you take the metal end of the rod and you put it right up to the metal that you're about to be working on, and then when it gets close enough, it creates an arc, and the arc creates enough heat to melt both the rod and the metal. And so then when they melt together, it mixes together, and it just kind of like fully fuses the two metals into one. So that's what that is. That's a stinger. And the final piece of protective garment is right here. It is basically a pair of sleeves with nothing else. Imagine just like a big thick leather jacket with no torso. That's what this thing is. It's pretty badass. Anyways, that's all my welding stuff. I wanted to make sure that anybody that was curious to see it got, an opportunity to see it. All right, bye.